It's time for fun and shenanigans. Let's get into it.
To find my buttons. I have to find my buttons. I love the hair, the poof.
Child,
It's a
find your
big
buttons.
poof.
I'm in here like, how do I get on Zoom? Like, what?
It's a big poof. I love the big poof. I just saw your text message, girl. It's real. It's so real.
I sent that text message. Is there something wrong with it? Anyway,
No, it's a
it's the light. Okay.
yeah, it's the lighting.
So I sent that text message and probably instantly fell asleep the first time.
Yeah,
I was
that's how
like,
it works. It's not a whole process for me. Well, sometimes it's a process, but sometimes other time most times it's not. Especially it becomes a process at night. It's
mhm,
like when I'm supposed to be sleeping.
mhm. Yeah.
That's when it's like, oh my God, I'm tired, but I can't sleep, blah, blah, blah. But
Hmm.
any other time of the day,
Now's a good time to sleep.
yeah, exactly. The blink of an eye, literally, it doesn't blink. It doesn't open back up. There's no blinking.
And I was like,
Maybe,
I don't even know what made me wake up. I was just like, where's
yeah,
my phone? Oh no.
maybe I thought I was blinking, but it turns out it didn't. It stayed closed.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what is this 1983?
It's just a shirt I got at like J. Crew.
Okay. All
And I
right.
liked it. I like navy blue. I'm like,
Yeah, I did. There was a time where I was navy blue obsessed. I still love navy blue, but the obsession is not as strong as it
mhm.
was. Now, I mean, yes, I wish I had more in my wardrobe for sure. Um, but I like blues.
I know, me too.
Hmm.
There are very few colors I'm not that into. Like, I'm not a huge red fan personally. Like, it's okay and orange
I love
for me.
red on my son.
Hmm.
I love red on really chocolate complexions, like dark chocolate complexions. I just think that pop of color looks so good. Like it's so
Hmm.
complimentary. But my son is not, he's not like, my son's like a little bit lighter than me. So, but it just red looks so good on
Good
him.
on
Big
him.
old, thing walking in red with, I don't know. Um, yeah. So there you have it. What's been going on, little Lisa? What you been up to?
I feel like it's what have I not been up to?
That's the
Like,
better question. I
I
feel
don't know.
you.
I mean, I'm just going, just
Yeah.
like go.
Yeah.
Okay, do this, like stay on task. Like yesterday I'm working on a project and hopefully I'll get it done. We'll see. I'll definitely let you know when I'm done, but it's like it doesn't matter the level of effort I put in. I'm waiting on the system to respond the way I need it to, and
Hmm.
that is a little bit frustrating. But
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. The kids,
That is
pick this up,
so,
pick that, drop that off. This person has a nighttime like family get together. I mean,
yeah.
it's like everyone's like, "Oh, being a housewife is so easy," and I'm like, it is non-stop. Except for me
Yeah.
falling asleep in the middle of the day. But I'm falling asleep in the middle of the day because I haven't had sufficient sleep at night.
That
Like,
that doesn't have anything to do with like when you're going, it's a lot. It's a lot on you.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes. So, I mean, that is that, not complaining, just trying
I
to,
mean, I did ask, so.
yeah, just trying to keep my mind on top of things. I'm sorry, I could
Yeah.
see like this purple light on me from the other screen, and I'm like, that's really weird. So I'm changing it to white again.
Okay, there you go. I have it's so my lighting. You have the white light, and I have
Yeah.
more of a yellow light.
Oh, then literally, if I change the web page, it'll be a different,
Yeah.
different light. But the purple was
I
not
feel
doing
like
it.
the hat is doing something weird with my eyes, but it's so I'm trying not to have it make my eyes look all. crazy, but you know what? Whatever.
Okay, so if we are to our listeners, first of all, we have to say this: like and subscribe, follow, share.
There you go.
Okay, done, done. Um, I received a text message that Tanya was watching America's Next Top Model and that she was going to watch it again and take notes. Did you watch it again? I was like, oh, she doesn't expect me to watch it again,
No,
which I
that's a
could do, but I was watching it.
that's an additional 3 hours of my life. Like
Exactly. I'm
like
like,
I don't have an additional 3 hours of my life to read. But in that moment, that's how passionate I was.
right, right.
In that moment, that's how, passionate I was.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah. So yeah, it's oh my gosh, it's so interesting to me how there are things that I didn't realize in the moment that I'm like, oh wow, I didn't see it that way at that time.
Right.
And it's crazy. Like, the biggest one is it Shandy or Shandy? Shandy?
I
The
can't
one
remember.
the essay, the one who was essayed.
That was bad. Yeah.
I when I, that was I think that was the second season. And I remember thinking in the moment when I was watching it, oh my gosh, like she cheated on her boyfriend.
Hmm.
There wasn't any angle of that moment that presented as an SA, situation during that time.
Hmm.
It just was like, oh, she got wasted and cheated on her boyfriend.
Hmm.
And so to hear it from this frame of she was like so drunk, like too drunk for consent,
Yeah.
okay? And that production is well aware of this, and they
They didn't stop it.
actually have footage of the assault is insane.
So let me say this because that was like because when that was awake for this part, and I
Mhm.
was like, there's so many people to blame here. To me, mainly the producers. Like, why? First of all, why did the girls even bring the drivers? Like, that's cute TV, but like they should have had drinks, and the producer said, "Okay, this is great TV. Leave." That should have been how that was handled. Because if I was like, I
Well,
mean.
they asked them if they wanted the drivers to stay.
Right, but they should have had that little party. Like to me, like now this is what would have happened. The drivers would have come, they had a party, and then it'd been drivers have to go. Like,
Mhm.
okay, we wrap, get out. You drunk too much, get out. But
Yeah.
that's now. But so I said to Val, I was like, oh, this is really bad. And he said, it's not really rape. And I was like, well, she was drunk. How about he was like, the guy was drunk too. So at what point did he not know that she wasn't okay with it? If they're both drunk and
Mhm.
he thinks she's into it and he's into it, so
So
when
this really,
he was like,
honestly though, he has a point. When
yeah,
you
he
have
did.
two,
Drunk people, equally
I
drunk.
mean, like
So
wasted to the point of just not knowing what's going on. By the way, it's being encouraged, provided and encouraged by the producers because,
I
so the
I didn't
people,
get the feeling that they encouraged it. What I got the feeling was they didn't do anything. It was like we're filming a nature show. Too bad if the lion, kills the gazelle. We're not going to jump in and stop it. Um, but I mean,
so that's
we're,
enabling.
it's doing nothing, which is bad. I mean, enabling is like to an extent. But
Well,
anyway,
they were complicit.
yes. Yeah.
Because inaction is you're so
Yeah. Yeah.
therefore like I don't
They
know
should have
if
stopped it. It
y-
it fell on the
so
producers
to
if they had
me
not.
I'm gonna say that was enabling it.
Yeah. They should have stopped it.
I'm gonna say that's enabling it
But
because
if I just can't call it an essay because they just because you regret your action doesn't mean you were assaulted. Like,
I I feel like I feel like
oh, it was bad.
I'm still it's still an assault in some way, shape, or form. Maybe maybe on both of them. I mean, either way, consent wasn't you're just not in the position to consent. You're not in the position to consent, Lisa.
I mean, here's the thing. They got caught on tape doing something people do every single day.
But it doesn't make it right.
Every single, a lot of things aren't right, but if
I
both
know, but
parties are
that
drunk
doesn't.
and both parties drunk agree, then who's gonna step? There's no one that's gonna step in and say, "You two are drunk. Don't do it." Like the
Yes, there
in this
is. The
situation, no,
producers.
no. In this situation, it should have been the producers. But what I'm saying is, it's not sexual assault because they both, while they're both drunk, they both agreed to it. She just happened to be on TV and famous and have a boyfriend, and now the world knows. But
Well,
had she not been on TV with the world
also,
knowing,
can I ask, do we know his state?
no, I mean, they didn't cover it on the documentary, but
Okay,
as
so
far
then
as
I
we're
can't say.
aware,
Now,
they
I
were
will
both
say
drunk.
I agree to that. I
Hmm.
agree that if they were both, whatever, drinking, blah, blah, blah. But I also am just realizing we don't know his state.
I'm sure if we went back and watched the episode, he'd probably
I
like,
know there are some people, I was gonna watch it too. I know there were some people like podcasters I was listening to, and it was like they went back and watched it and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, it was bad. Like,
yeah.
from now
I
this
mean, just
way.
from what they were showing, it was bad. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah. So, yeah, that's crazy. So, but in the moment, I was just like, oh, like and how they were pushing the narrative of,
yeah,
oh, she's a cheater, she's a
yeah.
horrible, person, and then to go and because she wanted, so now we're learning more of the background stuff. She
Hmm.
wanted to leave. She wanted to call her boyfriend at
Yeah,
first. They wouldn't let her call her boyfriend initially. Then she was like, well, then fuck it, I'm leaving, and they wouldn't let her leave. So they was like, okay, we'll let you call your boyfriend, but you have to do it on camera. Okay.
yeah.
So that's another blow. And then you have to call the guy that you were with to say, hey, do you have any STDs?
On
And
camera.
and then and all of this is on the camera. And then you have the Tyra being set up to talk about the cheating, I guess the next day or whatever, which
Oh,
was
that was really bad.
it was
That
not
was so
genuine. Like,
tacky.
obviously, they let her know about what happened, and she was just like, I've been cheated on, and blah blah blah, and it wasn't the thing
That
about
was
it. Like looking
bad.
back at it now, it's just it wasn't. It was just it was all for the it was just
For
a
the views.
storyline. Yeah, it
Yep.
was just a storyline.
Yeah.
Um, so that was crazy. I mean, that's a big one, that situation. To look back at now and be like, my God, it was so wrong. It was so, so wrong,
Hmm.
especially um on production part,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially on production part.
Hmm.
Because it's still an environment where it's like a workplace, like these shows are still contracts and work type, situations. And yeah, it's a reality show. And, you're thinking, yes, behind the scenes, the lives of, like becoming a model. Turns out, a lot of people are saying, yeah, um, some of that is what models went through, but for the most part,
It was just TV.
it was just TV, and didn't
Yeah.
really do anything for a lot of them, the majority of them.
Yeah.
So that part was really crazy. Um, Ebony on the first season, the black girl, where they cut her hair, they were shaving her head and they were
Oh
laughing and
yeah.
stuff like that. I do
Yeah.
remember feeling weird about that at that time. What is going on, Lisa?
My cat, I don't know what she's do Yes, I'm talking about you, and she's looking at me like, don't talk about me.
I'm like, who's over your shoulder?
I mean, I don't know what she's doing. She's like fighting with like scratching the wall for like I'm like, there's nothing on the wall.
Maybe there is. Maybe
Maybe I'm
she
no, I'm like, I gotta get out of the room.
cats be
Um,
knowing.
right.
I remember feeling weird about that at that time,
Hmm.
especially because I had locks. I remember
Yeah.
that's what, because I had to go back to see like when did the first episode come out, and like, because for some reason I was like, I was a teenager. No, I wasn't. I was 21. I was
Hmm.
21 years old. Okay, I had locks and everything.
Yeah.
And I do remember feeling a way about that, but they were laughing, saying, should we, draw her name in there, and or like it was a bunch of white people on this beautiful black girl's
Hmm.
head. And that was
Traumatizing.
that's
I I a couple years ago I did a I was at a competition and my Ukrainian instructor is like, "Oh, why don't you let the people do your hair?" And I was like I didn't want to say it. Like there have to be white people that know how to do black hair. Like there are these people that exist. But I'm not giving you hundreds of dollars to find out you don't know what you're doing or for you to
hmm
experiment or for you to have kicks and giggles in
yeah.
another language behind my back. Like,
hmm
so I felt she was so vulnerable in that
hmm
situation. And I did feel like it was irresponsible of Tyra Banks to have this request and not have the staff that knows how to do it. You're in New York City. How hard
hmm
is it to find a barber?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But
there's I mean, so many people that are qualified, available, and affordable that would be willing to do the job correctly.
so with Ebony, would also just really, um, oh, it just breaks my heart about how people were coming for her, and also how Tyra didn't have her back.
What happened with that? Oh,
Ashy,
you mean the hair or what else?
we're moving on. Ashy,
Yeah, but hold on now. She never heard that. Like, I would tell my boys in a heartbeat they're ashy. Like, is that derogatory if your skin is dry?
you
Like, the
have
people in
these,
the north not say you're ashy?
you
She's
have,
like,
no, no,
I've
no,
heard
no,
that. And I'm
no,
like,
no, no,
huh?
no, no, no. You have Tyra Banks
On
saying,
national TV?
I have been told that people are saying your skin is ashy. So what other people are coming? First of all, I couldn't see it. So, like to me, she just had beautiful, beautiful skin.
Yeah.
Okay. So you did that on,
Oh,
I mean, it's one thing to like, yes, we say ashy.
yeah.
But like, I'm not going to
You
tell
don't
my
say it in front of
black
company.
son in front of a bunch of white people, especially, your skin is ashy and you need to put some lotion on. I tell him that all the time, every day. Every single day, I tell my son he's ashy. Sometimes I don't say the word. Sometimes I just take his arm and I do a C.
Write a
And
letter
then,
in it.
yeah, and then, but he knows now, so he'll pull it back real quick and just go ahead and,
Yeah.
and put lotion on.
Hmm.
But it was the way it was handled was so messed up. So then
Yeah.
she goes, because it felt like an attack,
It's
in the setting,
right. It's
that it was happening.
humiliating. It's the kind of thing where
It's
if we're
humiliating.
together and alone, you can say, "Hey, girl, you want to
That
brush your
that's the
teeth?"
thing.
Versus being in a group and saying, "Your breath really smells." Like,
Yeah.
you could have
That
told me that.
that's the thing. That's the thing. It was very, she was, because, and you could see her face. She was just like, when you look at her face, you can tell she's thinking, I cannot believe she just said I was ashy at the panel, okay, on national TV.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things like when we look back at Housewives in 10 years. I mean, to me, when I watch Housewives now, I'm like, this is
Already.
crazy.
Yeah.
So, it just made good TV. It made something to talk about. It created, I'm not saying it's okay, but it's way more interesting. We're still talking about it 20 years later,
Yeah.
how terrible that moment was.
So
So that made good TV, unfortunately.
so then she goes back and she's just all the oils, all the lotions, and now she has her white counterpart saying, just when you lotion yourself or whatever, just make sure it's not too oily because I just saw like an oil stain. And it was just like, this girl cannot
There's no
catch
right answer.
a break. Like, oh my God. And by the way, to see her today, it literally, the girl has not, I'm like, wow, like you are
I mean, she looks
really,
good, but she's aged. I'm
she's
like,
aged, but still, she looks, I mean, you're looking at side by side, like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, but
yeah.
she looks
She maintained
good.
very well. Some of them, I
She,
was like, that's the same person.
she looks good.
Hmm.
Okay. So, um, I don't know, what's anything that stood out to you?
Same thing. The thing that I loved the most was their relationships behind off camera, like the Jays and Nigel. Like, I didn't, you can't always tell if it's like TV friendships or like
Mhm.
real friendships.
Yeah.
And they really seem to love each other. Like, that was so touching. When they showed the Jays going, or they talked about going to visit, Nigel and Jay going to visit Miss J in the hospital.
Well, I just cried. Like I was
Yeah, I
just
was
like,
like,
oh my God. Like that brought
yeah.
me to tears.
And they were it's like he couldn't speak, but they knew his heart. They're like,
Hmm.
we knew she didn't want us to see her like that, but it was more important for us to be there and reassure her. And I'm like,
Well, he still goes, he's him. He him.
does it? Because they say she back and forth. Like I know he knows he's a him, but they say she. So I'm like,
Oh, I know
whatever.
he's he him, but yeah, okay.
But they still refer to anyway. They talked about how important it was for them to be there, and
Hmm.
despite what he would have preferred. And I just thought that was really special. Like you could see how much, it's always amazing to me how people can have such different backgrounds but really find a place with each other.
Hmm.
And I just felt like that was really remarkable and touching how much they seem to genuinely love each other. So I just loved it.
Okay, love that. And I'll get into that more. I would have thought you would have mentioned because what makes you so unique and what's a part of your beauty is your gap.
I mean, we talked about it last week.
I don't
I
remember
feel
talking about it last week.
we didn't go deep, huh? When she told her to close her gap, I was like, why doesn't she bring up Lauren Hutton? Like but I was like, oh. And when she said, my gap is part of my identity, I was like, 100%,
Yes. Yes, it
100%.
is
Like,
something. Oh my God. Like what? Like it
and it
is
wasn't
part,
even a huge gap. I was like,
and it's it's something that's it. It's a part of my identity. And you probably, when you're young, you know how when you're younger and kids just make fun of anything about
yeah,
you. Like, my
yeah,
last
you
name.
learn to defend it.
It took me a long time to like accept my, last name. I
What
hated
was your
my
last
life.
name?
Bowling.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
But
something
like,
different. Okay.
like for a long time, and then now and then there's just other, things that are, like physical things that I'm just
Yeah.
like, it just took me such a long time
You
to
have to build up.
grow, to love, and
Hmm.
so when you go through that process, it does become a part of your identity. And
Hmm.
then so now to be told that the only way you're going to get a modeling job is if you close the gap, lies,
Right.
but it makes for good television, right?
Hmm.
And that was a hard thing for her to go through. She called her mom, and her mom was super supportive, right? Like, if you decide not to, I am here. waiting for you and whatever you decide to do, I'm going to support you.
Hmm.
And then ultimately it was because, by the way, people go, well, you could just say no to stuff or you could just blah, blah, blah. But
So
you
much
were in
pressure.
a position where you feel like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity
Yeah.
to actually go for a dream life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
And
sorry.
and she said, if you don't take this, I'm going to kick you off.
Yeah, I'm
There
going
was
to
no like
eliminate
you can
you.
keep trying. It's that you're out.
So the thing about it is, well, then I think what 1 or 2 seasons later, they
A
gave
few
somebody a
seasons later,
gap.
yeah. So yeah, let's make the gap bigger.
And
Yeah.
after what was her name? Tiffany, who was made to get the gap,
I don't know.
or I don't. But she was sharp with her words. Like she's just like, she does not like Tyra at all. She was just real sharp with her words. And why are you acting like you haven't seen this?
Who, me?
Yeah, when I'm talking about it.
Because last week might as well be last year. I'm like,
That's true, because so many other things. I get it. No, I get it. I get it. You know what? You're
the
right.
one, hold on, you're talking about the girl that got the gap closed. What's her name?
Yeah,
Tiffany? Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
I,
yeah, she was not
she did not mince words
about
at
that
all.
life for Tyra.
Yeah, and then
She
she
was
met.
like, she knew I couldn't get through certain doors, and then she acted like she was doing me a favor. I'm like,
Mhm, 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 mhm. So then there was the scene where maybe that wasn't no maybe that was somebody else because I think it doesn't matter who the names right like
don't matter who they were.
there was another scene where remember like she was there initially on one season she came back and
Oh
Tyra snapped
yeah,
on her
yeah.
so I remember
That
in
didn't
that
bother me at all. Even watching, even they're like, that didn't age well. I'm like, whatever.
no,
Go ahead
but
though.
no. But the thing is, what we didn't know, because in the moment, it just seems like someone who, a black auntie, mother, whatever, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
who is just like trying to set you
rebellion.
straight.
Hmm.
But Lisa, this is an edited show. So apparently, what they're saying is Tyra said so much more in the
More.
background,
Oh yeah.
coming for her, coming for her son, talking about her mama and
Oh,
and to the point where it was so bad that they had to get a lawyer on the set the next day so basically it was
right.
and what she was saying is that she just kept coming for me and saying derogatory things or provoking things or whatever um like I can't imagine somebody coming from my mom saying some shit about my mom or my son. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what? So my thing is, we don't know everything that was said in the background because they cut a lot of stuff off
yeah,
to give it a good edit for Tyra.
yeah. I mean, and who? I mean, yeah. I, so I, I didn't see the whole thing. Like we didn't see the whole argument. I can understand the frustration. Not to give Tyra a pass, like, oh, you can do anything because you help somebody. I, I think she felt like she invested so much. And then to have somebody laugh in your face like, "Psh, no big deal, I'm out, I don't care." And it's like, what are you like? You don't understand the effort I've put in, and I want you to do well, and you don't even want anything for yourself. Not
That's
only did
how
I
it
not invite you back,
appears.
like I put it like off camera, nobody knows I put in all this work to make sure you could come back, and then you act like like
But
whatever.
Lisa, that's how it appears.
I know. No, no, no,
So
no.
that's the part. That's why I
No,
was like, oh, this makes like I get it because we don't know what the like laugh at or I don't give we don't know what that was in response to because
mm,
of we don't know what words had her or we don't know how people handle stuff.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like sometimes people laugh to not cry or
yeah.
laugh to not curse you the fuck out.
Mm. She doesn't seem like the kind of person that would hold back cursing you out. But this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying Tyra was right. You know, she should have done better, but Tyra is also human, right? Like
Yeah,
sometimes I
no,
go
I get
nuts
it.
on my kids and I'm like, that was really bad being that
Oh my
their children
gosh, me
was wrong.
too.
It's
I
like
I
their children,
actually,
I'm an adult, but they've pushed me to this place that I don't even know
wow,
exists and I will go nuts. But then I have to
wow,
come back and like I will take the time and I will own what I did wrong. I will
me
apologize.
too. Which, by the
But
way, my
if somebody
parents
caught on
didn't do.
camera, they'd be like,
My parents didn't. You know, like
yeah,
I tell, you know, like
didn't know.
I take ownership. Especially at 20, like I apologize to Chris. I also think about how I want a woman to treat Chris and like
Yes.
and also how he should respond as a man.
Yeah.
So I think about all these things and I'm just like, oh, I gotta, you know
Yeah.
when he was younger it was one thing, but now that he's like getting, he's getting older, it is, the awareness is more in my brain,
Right.
now, because he's such a chill person, and so whatever. But no, I just think you never know. Like I can be someone to go off at the mouth, right?
Hmm.
But I've had moments where I'm just like, I'm so pissed. I can't even say a thing because this is the craziest, Or maybe I'm thinking she's not going, in my head, I'm not about to be an angry black girl, on TV.
Hmm.
I mean, there's so many things that could have gone through her head. I'm
Hmm.
not saying, I know, I get it. Like we all do stuff and it's just not on TV. And
Hmm.
this happens to be like on TV, but it's still the situation remains the same.
Hmm.
Like, you know, if in fact you're going in the background, going after my mama, my son, poking at
I
me
don't
or
remember her.
whatever.
Was that like
No,
prior to
that was
that moment
stuff.
or just in
It
general?
was stuff that was happening in the background that we
Okay.
were
Okay. I
not
thought.
made aware of. And so
Okay.
and there was also a lot more said in that scene
Yeah.
that they cut out to give Tyra
Yeah.
the mama
M-
bear, edit or
I
whatever.
care. Yeah.
Exactly. And then also editing is magic, okay? It
Oh
is
yeah.
magical. So, the whole I don't care, I'm done. Like that, that's the edit that, they
They
chose,
wanted to portray.
yeah, to portray. So, and also, by the way, I have to take Tyra at her word for when she said she wanted a show that celebrated the um the she wanted to break stereotypes. She wanted to break
Hmm.
walls or whatever, ceilings or
Yeah.
whatever. um and so, but then, so she was like, you have to be skinny, a zero, blah blah blah, this that. But then she proceeds to talk about, if they have gained like, five
Yeah.
pounds or, if, they had to do like this retouching and blah, blah, blah. So the thing is, I understand where Tyra's coming from because as much as she wants to, put a crack in that glass ceiling, you still have to work with, um, you know,
Yeah.
agencies or
There's still
whatever,
job qualifications.
exactly. So my thing is, because of the, like you said, job qualifications,
Mhm.
she did not
She wasn't as
stick,
effective.
she did not stick to the route that she initially wanted
Hmm.
to take. Now, in hindsight is 2020, Lord knows. But like now, if Tyra like was in a position where, she was just like, I'm gonna have my own agency and I'm gonna hustle and push, these young
Right.
girls, out there, and we are going to work hard to, whatever, get past the status
Yeah.
quo. then that would have been another thing. Because by the way, these girls, the winners, were getting signed to agencies but not getting booked jobs because they still did not accept,
Yeah. That I think was a problem because she dropped them back into a system that she overexposed them,
Yeah,
unfortunately, but she dropped them into a system that still wasn't accepting of them. And she
yeah,
didn't push them through. Like, I'm sorry, maybe you're gonna have to hold some hands and you're
yeah.
gonna have to go to the go see with them until they can really get off the ground.
Hmm.
But if you push them, put them into an agency and the agency
Yeah.
is like, nah, we're not even gonna send her to a call,
Hmm.
oh, the agencies or whatever, the fashion houses don't even want to speak to her because they feel like her celebrity will overshadow the clothes. Put
Hmm.
that on tape because
Hmm.
guess what? Nobody wants to be seen as the person
That
not willing to
is
see
a
you.
good idea. Put
Yeah,
that on tape.
that could be part two.
Push,
It
push,
continues.
push
Top model
the or
continues.
push the agencies.
Right.
Push them.
Push them. Like that there should season one should have been, hindsight. Can't say it enough. It's 2020. Season one should have been getting the job. Season two should have been or making the cut. Season two should have been getting the jobs and proving that you have what it takes and having a powerful agent on your team not accepting no,
Hmm.
because that's the easy answer.
Yeah, exactly. So that so honestly, it really just became this show
Mm-hmm.
because models weren't really, getting the winners weren't really getting work or even just being in the show in general and still trying to go out there and get work. They just weren't getting the jobs, so
Mm-hmm.
it just became a reality show.
Yeah.
And so it just got more ridiculous. Also too, like, okay, my mom was killed by shot by gunshot.
Gun
Somebody shot
violence.
her. Gun violence. My mom was killed by gun violence, and now I'm
You
gonna do
make me do
this.
it.
And it just
Yeah.
seemed and it was a lot of examples of that.
Yeah.
So it's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's a reality show, and they're doing like so stuff like that is just really messed up. So listen, I get that this is not, by the way, just all on Tyra, which is what a lot of the noise is, in social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the things that Tyra accepted and didn't seemingly like push back on or whatever. Um Now, and she was saying, bosses have bosses, and I get
Uh-huh.
that. But like, I think at that moment, Tyra was just like, "Well, I'm making so much money from this." And by the way, it's not a lot of opportunities for Black people, especially back, like back then, like for Black models, like for her, she's probably
Yeah.
looking like, I'm making all this money, you know
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and so she's just gonna continue on, with it. So I think it started out with good intentions, but it quickly pivoted
Yeah.
to just a reality show and and the cash cow, and and that's what happens. And then you have the people that in the background of it, like the Asian guy.
Ken
He
Mock.
yeah, he was a producer for Making the Band, and also he also had no empathy whatsoever. They
Mm-hmm.
asked him, what was the one thing that is there anything that you regret about,
Mm-hmm.
anything you did or whatever? He said the one thing that he regrets is the violence, like the violent shoot or whatever, like the gun.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, that was messed up. Okay, well, that's it. Okay, cool.
Well, here's a question. Was it regret the most or one thing you regret?
It was, is there anything that you regret?
Oh.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's why, yeah.
Let
And
me
then
ask you this.
he said the one thing that I regret. Yeah. That's what he said. Um, um,
Because to him, like when he talked about the Shandy situation, he was like, we made it clear. And some people are just built like this. I'm not saying I'm built like this. I probably would have been
Mhm.
like, get these Vespa drivers out of here right now. Like it never would have been a party. I'd have been like, no, we aren't
Mhm.
doing that. But some people are built for
Mhm.
film it all, do it all. He said, we told the girls it's documentary style. We don't get involved. We're
Mhm.
not, we are just here to film it. And everything you do is on camera and everything you do is mic'd.
Mhm.
So you have to keep that in the back of your mind at all times. It's just like when we worked for our former employer. They said, you can have a great time. Just make sure you don't have one of our t-shirts on when you're having that great time. And
Yeah, I think
I used to tell my
unfortunately,
agents, I was like, look, due to social media, I said, you can't go to the bar and be coyote ugly, jumping on tables and taking shots and have on the company logo. You
I think,
just
un
can't.
I
And
think,
once you sign that paperwork,
oh, okay, I don't know what happened.
you
Sorry.
legally agree to it. And some of it is
Yeah,
really ugly.
I know, and that still doesn't make it right. And so, unfortunately, I think
But then we
you're.
learned that from like Real World. Like this is not the first reality show. Like the stuff they used to air on Real World. I'm making
Mhm.
the band. I didn't watch that much, but I saw some of them. Like it was really bad. Like if they do an expose on those things, I
Yeah,
remember
I think
at
they're going
the
to do a Real World too because I think they're making like it's called Reality Check, and then now they're doing, uh, they're
oh
doing this.
exposes on all of them.
Yeah, I think they're going to be going like yeah,
That
but
crap was
so
messy.
but yeah, I just think, but I also think about their ages. I think about the power structure. I think about um
Yeah.
I think about all that too. Maybe I just
I mean, think about it. We've all been that age. We've all made stupid decisions. I remember, like, oh, I'd love to be on the real world, but I was like, ooh, they always take the good girl, and the whole like one of the objectives is to flip the good girl. Either she ends up in some type of same-sex frolic, or she ends
same
up
sex frolic.
having sex for the first time. Every single season that they had the good girl, like that was a side quest. That was one of the things that had to happen. And I was like, I'm the good girl. I don't like, I'm not saying it wouldn't happen, but I don't want to be on camera with my
Mm-hmm.
mom and dad and everybody that knows me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm famous for one season, but all the people in my life remember that. And if
Yeah.
I go do anything else, they're gonna oh, weren't you on season 7 of Real World? And you
Mm-hmm.
had a shower scene after you got drunk at the club? Like,
They do that now. Like they have this thing called Summer House on Bravo, and they be showing, but they're in their 30s and 40s,
right. So it's very,
so they know what they're doing.
yeah. But
Um,
I don't know. I'm not, I'm sympathetic because I know what it is to be young and dumb and maybe too trusting. But by the time America's Next Top Model came out, like the formula was set. And
it was still,
you have to decide.
it was still all new. Even with Real World coming out, I think we were still early. We were still early in that world, and I think um,
Everybody thinks it's gonna be different.
I think
That's
what
all I'm saying.
their mindset was,
I'm gonna be a
be a
model.
model. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like the show was popular and again it
Hmm.
was a different time and there are things that, are in place now that, wouldn't allow that or, because we're in a different time now. So, but yeah, I think for me, so when it comes to the relationship with uh uh Nigel and the Jays, um,
Hmm.
they've they've gone on to speak about, things or whatever, outside
Oh yeah.
of the
They had
documentary.
great careers outside of it. I was like, oh. Hmm.
Well, I mean, after the documentary, they've gone on to speak about the documentary, like, like a
Okay.
little tour, press tour.
Yeah. Mhm.
And yeah, it seems like they all still have love for Tyra.
Yeah.
Um, but and I don't know how Tyra feels, but it just seems like she just does not want to reach out to them. Or so, like even in the documentary, she refused to talk about Jay
Jay.
Manuel, whatever. She refused to talk about Jay Manuel. Manuel.
Mhm. Yeah, sorry.
Um,
I was
that
mhm.
was no, I'm saying it like, is it okay? It's not Emmanuel, it's Manuel. Yeah, Jay
Okay.
Manuel. She refused to talk about Jay Manuel. Um, but they were close. Like they were,
Yeah.
you saw in the
Yeah.
documentary how close they were, best
Hmm.
friends. Like he just wanted to make her happy and wanted to do a good job for her and was so
Yeah.
grateful, for the opportunity that she, had
Yeah.
given to him. And but she was still, it was still a very difficult position to be in, but he
Hmm.
wanted to make sure he didn't.
Let me ask you this because I
Mhm.
was like, what? Remember he said he felt like he was forced to come back, like to just do one more season? I feel like later on he was like, and then after season such and such, when it finally ended, I'm like, did they force you to come back and then you still kind of just got stuck and stayed? Or
But
did
they
he
kept
do the one season and leave?
No, he stayed for I think a lot more
Few
seasons
more
after that
seasons.
because they he said so outside of it, he said they kept on telling him we're going to blackball you.
Mm.
So good luck getting work anywhere else.
Mm.
And that scared him.
Of course. I mean, yeah, that's
He
he
said
has
he
a
was
very
he's
specific
hmm
job type.
yeah, he was scared. And he said that but for the rest of the like that first season back especially, Tyra wouldn't talk to him
Hmm.
only when it was like scene or
Yeah.
like go like the cameras are on
Yeah.
go time.
Yeah.
God, that
That dynamic is uncomfortable.
it's awful
Hmm.
because he wanted to quit.
Yeah. And it wasn't because he didn't like her. He just wanted to quit. And it's very difficult. It sounds like she had a hard time separating um personal from business. And it had nothing to do with his relationship with her, just was something he needed to do
He
for
Yeah,
himself.
he felt like he just had got to
Lived
a
his
point where
purpose.
he's outgrown the show and he wanted to do other things.
Yeah.
And like, come on. And then like for the rest of the seasons, you really like it was just different after that. It's like, Tyra,
Right.
come
Yeah.
on.
And he kept it like, didn't he emailed her, didn't he? He emailed her that he wanted to leave.
So what happened in the interviews after that,
Hmm. And she wrote,
the
I'm
press tour,
disappointed.
the press tour, he kept trying to call her, kept trying to call her.
Hmm.
She wasn't responding.
Hmm.
So he was like, okay, well, I got to email her because
Oh, hmm.
if you're trying to call and text and you're not getting a response,
Yeah.
but
That's your only option.
yeah,
Yeah.
then it took 3 days for her to respond, and all she
With
said
I'm
was, "I'm
disappointed.
disappointed," and
Yep.
then
Ooh. Hmm.
to treat him like that.
Well, when you make everything about you, that's
Yeah.
it's like she couldn't see that it was about his personal growth, most likely.
hmm
It felt like
hmm
he was trying to hurt her. I'm frozen. Instead of I need to I need self-growth.
The everything about you is interesting because it sounds like that's the theme of a lot of her jobs. Like
Mm.
even with like the hosting jobs, even with
Uh-huh.
Dancing with the
Dancing with the Stars.
Stars, yeah.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah,
Self-centered.
yeah, and how
Yeah.
that can sabotage.
It can I
Yeah.
mean, imagine first you can't get jobs because they say you're too voluptuous. Then you get jobs and
hmm
you are like queen of everything. Then you
hmm
propel yourself to another job, and when you're finally accepted, the show you create like rockets. So it's
hmm
like queendom.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you used to having things not go your way? The way you see it, the way you plan it, the way you want it to be. So, when it doesn't match your personal narrative, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the same way you have to build to love your gap or build to love your last name or what's
Mm-hmm.
different about you, if everyone always loves it and accepts it, when it's time to finally accept it yourself,
Mm-hmm.
do you have the tools to do that?
Yeah, that's a good point. And she still hasn't gone to see Miss J, or
Even to this day.
even to this day. And that was a shot a year ago. She says she's gonna um
And call the other J Manual.
you're
J
right.
Manual.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's she's in a place, and but they still have love for her, and
Hmm.
they welcome a conversation with her.
Yep.
They welcome a reunion with her. They do. As
Yeah.
much as they had to say outside on, like, they kept it classy in the,
They they
yeah.
did,
And
you
then
know?
even outside speaking uh, about things, that weren't, that didn't go too well, or didn't,
Yeah.
yeah, go over well with them, or, just things, contention, or what, contention, whatever.
Contentious, yeah.
Um,
I'm like,
Points of contention, points.
yes.
Yeah, okay, there we go. This was a journey to get there.
You're gonna arrive.
I mean, Miss J, he was in her life since she was 16,
Man, take
teaching
care of
her
her.
how to
So
walk. And
beautiful.
when it made me think about what you said, it's the family you make.
Yeah.
And so that's why there's that deep through line of love there,
Yeah.
no matter what has happened. I don't know, because the thing about it, Tyra just wasn't showing that when it came to, like, the Nigel, or, like, I didn't see, like, I didn't know how to take her. I couldn't get a read on how she felt.
And I think that's why she didn't talk about it. I don't think she could have maintained the exterior front that she would like to maintain. Like she was very controlled.
Mhm.
Everything was very
It
controlled
was very
and it
controlled.
felt scripted. But when it came time to about something that probably really impacted her emotionally, she didn't want to talk about it.
And then at the end, she's like, season 25. Well, guess what, girl? We're in the world of social media. We don't
Yeah, but she
need.
would just adjust, she would adapt. I'm sure we
It
have
seemed like
all.
maybe she came on to say
Yeah,
season
I'm gonna do
25.
this again. Yeah, I'm like, well, when is season 25 coming out?
Yeah.
Can
I
we do
mean,
an old lady watch? Can we do a
but
redo?
would she adapt? I don't know. Well, I mean, it just depends on, because
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
she has to because, but the thing is, even if she adapts right now, if we take a look at this again in 20 years, it'd be like, that was bad. Like, very few things. Let me say, I've been watching, I don't know why, like older movies with Sebastian, like movies that were like funny when I was a kid. We
Hmm.
watched Twins last night.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, so apparently I missed the whole premise of this movie. Like I think I was just laughing at, how kids laugh at things that are funny, but they don't really get the joke.
Yeah.
And I was like, I clearly didn't understand the premise of this movie. And I'm looking at my child hoping he doesn't get the premise of this movie. But there were a lot of inappropriate things in it. And like Billy Madison, no, not Billy Madison, Waterboy. I watched that a couple weeks
Hmm.
ago and I was like, this is about
Yeah.
an autistic grown man.
Yeah. I was telling you
But
that
back
too.
back then, I didn't know what autism was or what the
Hmm.
spectrum looked like or how it
Hmm.
would impact a grown man. But now when I'm watching it, I'm going, wow.
Yeah. I was talking about, like, remember Gilmore Girls and
Oh
Big Bang
yeah.
Theory, and, like, there was just like, oh, did they just say like, so yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Who knows 20 years from now, looking back at
But
something, and
but one major difference is those things were scripted. They were funny,
mhm,
they were comedies.
yeah,
The difference is these are people's real lives
that's true.
that have been scripted to a degree.
Yeah.
They've been set up. They just don't know they're in the experiment.
Hmm.
But
I would just, I would like for, it would be nice to know that they all came together. Like if I see a picture of the four of them,
yeah.
that would just make my heart so happy.
But I want them to like go on a vacation together.
Yeah.
Like where they
However
can
they
really
handle
sort
it
it
in the
out and
background,
not,
that would be great. Yep.
yeah.
Like however they handle it in the background, but just to be
Hmm.
able to see a picture, knowing that they've all gotten together
Yeah.
would make it would bring me a little bit of joy, like
Hmm.
oh that feels so good. Like I'm so because that they love
Each
I
other.
think Tyra loves them, but
She does.
okay.
She
All
does.
right.
Because she couldn't talk about it. She
Um
she couldn't talk about it.
yeah. I mean, I wish she would have though, because this is a documentary. But
She shut it down. She was like, we're not going to talk about that.
yeah,
That
it's a
deserves a
documentary.
phone call.
It's a documentary, so I wish she would have. But anyways, whatever. Um, okay, Lisa, we've gone long. Well, have you gone long? We
Not
started late,
really,
so
because
not
I was
really.
late. Like,
Yeah, but I do do need to make moves. What is that?
that was me. Wind it up. Wind
I
it.
mean, honestly, and you know what? To put a bow on this,
Mm-hmm.
man, there are things I've said last week that I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't say that. There were things I said a year ago that I'm like, oof, that was kind of bad,
Yeah.
So I give, you get grace, you give grace, and but we're talking about it, right?
Yeah.
We're talking
Yeah.
about it and we're just calling out observations.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and it goes beyond Tyra,
Yeah.
just like the girls who felt like they had to stay on the show
Mm-hmm.
because, like they could have decided to go home, but they decided to stay because like you feel like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. This Tyra was in the same position,
Yeah.
like
Just on a larger scale.
on the largest, yeah.
Way more to lose.
So there's that. And then yeah, they kicked her out and brought in somebody else, but
Oh, yeah.
and then it only
Not
lasted for two more seasons after that.
Rita Ora. I'm
Yeah,
so
Rita
confused
Ora.
about Rita Ora and her relevance in her career. I'm like, I guess I don't turn on the TV enough.
Was she signed by Jay-Z or something? Like a
I
singer?
don't know. Like what? Like I remember she was like on everything, and I was like, but what does she do? Which, not to down her, like I really just may not have been in the right place listening to the right stuff, but
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
she's
didn't understand
a
her relevance.
singer.
But what does she sing? And then like I'm like, oh, is she black? But she's not black. She has a black sense to her, but she's not. I'm like,
She's British
but British doesn't mean not
singer-songwriter.
black.
No,
I
I
looked
know
up
that.
her,
I'm just
but
reading right here. She's a British singer-songwriter, but it doesn't
I just saw
um
her hosting things all the time. But you can be a host like Ryan Seacrest is a host, but he's not known for any, I mean, he's known for hosting.
she was born in Kosovo.
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 So she's Eastern European.
Featured
She
on
has like an
DJ
olive
Fresh
complexion.
2012, hot right now. I don't know, child. These are questions I just don't know. But
Tanya's on a side quest.
yeah, British. What say the word again? What is it?
Kosovo.
Kosovo.
Oh,
She's
Kosovo. Kosovo.
so they say she's British and Kosovar.
Mm.
Ooh, let's look at her parents.
Oh, side quest.
Okay, her mom seems to be white.
Yeah.
Let's look at the daddy.
We're doing-
Daddy seems to be white.
She just has like a
Yeah. So she is like, yeah.
like in my mind, like even I just feel like she's light skinned, but I mean that's neither here nor there. But she just seems like a light skinned girl, but she's not. I'm like, it's so confusing for me.
Okay, we just gotta
Not good, not bad. Just in my mind, I'm like, oh, that.
I'm gonna play a top song.
Oh no, I can't hear it. The people cannot hear
You can't hear this?
it. No. I don't know where your microphone is.
Why you can't hear it?
Now I can. It's in and out. That's gonna get edited. What's the name of the song? So myself and the
Just
listeners.
no, just look at read it or I don't know. Ciao. Okay.
Awesome.
I
Okay.
tried. All right. Yeah, I had to message Lisa like, oh my God. It was a good quick watch. I mean,
It was.
not like a whole
I love not being committed to
yeah, not like a whole commitment. You know what I mean? Just three. And
three
I was so
episodes.
ambitious. I was like, I'm gonna watch it again and take notes. Child, please. But
Mm-mm.
I was like, I told Lisa it's a must discuss.
A week later, Lisa's like, you haven't seen it. I have seen it. A week is a lifetime.
hmm hmm It really is though. That's so true. A week is a lifetime. Um, all right. Let's remind the folks to follow us,
On
subscribe on Instagram, TikTok,
oh
eventually.
oh hold on. Do we have anything going on Instagram?
I will.
Okay, all right.
I
Don't
will.
get people's hopes up. I sent you a snippet too. Like the fact I even created a snippet is
I
amazing.
will.
Instagram,
No, I'm gonna do the snippets because there's a particular one that I wanted to do.
okay. But I gave you one at least.
Yeah.
TikTok, YouTube,
Subscribe.
Apple Podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
and
Follow.
Spotify.
Mm-hmm. There you go. All right. Lisa and
Lee,
Ton,
take off.
take off.
Bye.
Bye.